Alright guys, let's turn Lion King characters into their opposites. Here's how this is gonna work. We pick a character, say Isabella from Encanto. We find her 3 main attributes and her key color, and then we ask Craig here to flip those and make an opposite version. And then he prints the character as their opposite version. I also made a poster with all the opposite characters, and I'll reveal it to you after each one. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the most diabolical character in the whole Lion King universe, Scar.
Life's not fair, is it? You see, I shall never be king.
Craig, what are Scar's 3 main attributes and key color? So according to Craig, Scar's first main attribute is that he's intelligent. His second is that he is ambitious. His third is the ability to manipulate. The color he's most seen in is red. Okay, Craig, what's the opposite of intelligent, ambitious, and manipulative? And the color red. So Craig says the opposite of intelligent is simple-minded. The opposite of ambitious is content. And the opposite of manipulative is honest. And the opposite of red is sky blue. All right, Craig. Using these opposite attributes and key color, let's make Scar into his opposite. Okay, so this is a very confused looking Scar. He looks like he just found something that genuinely surprises him and he has no idea what to do about it. Honestly, this might be scarier than the original Scar. At least the original Scar knew what he was doing. This version looks like he could take over the kingdom just by wandering in the wrong direction. Craig, how would this version of Scar affect the storyline of The Lion King? Because Scar is simple-minded, he would struggle to create complex plans, making it nearly impossible for him to challenge Mufasa. Since he's content, Scar would have no desire for the throne, removing the central conflict of the story completely. And with him being honest, Scar would openly communicate his feelings instead of manipulating others, leading to peace rather than betrayal. So basically, no Scar, no movie. The whole Lion King falls apart without this guy being terrible. Simple-minded, I can see it. He genuinely looks like he does not know what's happening. Content? Yeah. He looks way too relaxed for someone who should be plotting. Honest? I mean, he's literally looking up at us like he's about to tell us what he's thinking with no filter. He's wearing sky blue though, so Craig got the color right. Craig, for this one, I'm gonna give you a 7.5 out of 10. The vibe is there, but I feel like Scar could be more genuinely harmless. Okay, let's add Scar to the poster. The second character we're doing is Mufasa. The king, the legend, the one we all sobbed over.
Simba, I'm very disappointed in you.
I know.
You could have been killed. You deliberately disobeyed me. And what's worse, you put Nala in danger.
We don't need to talk about what happens to him because I'm not ready. Craig, what are Mufasa's 3 main attributes and key color? According to Craig, his first main attribute is that he's wise. His second is that he's protective. And his third main attribute is noble. And the color he's most seen in is orange. Okay, Craig. What's the opposite of wise, protective, and noble? And the key color orange. Craig says the opposite of wise is foolish. The opposite of protective is neglectful. And the opposite of noble is corrupt. And the opposite of orange is black. All right, Craig, can you show us Mufasa using his opposite main attributes and key color? Okay. This is unsettling. He still has that presence, but something looks off. He looks like a king that would make absolutely terrible decisions and feel great about all of them. Opposite Mufasa has very big, I'm in charge and this is fine, even though nothing is fine energy. Craig, how would this version of Mufasa affect the storyline of The Lion King? Because Mufasa is foolish, he would make poor decisions that endanger both Simba and the Pride Lands. Since he's neglectful, he would fail to teach Simba valuable life lessons, leaving him totally unprepared for future failures. And with him being corrupt, the animals would lose faith in their king, creating unrest and instability throughout the kingdom. So basically, opposite Mufasa would have raised a completely lost Simba. Let Scar walk all over him, and then the Pride Lands would be ruined long before the movie even starts. Foolish? He genuinely looks like he made a decision, and it was the wrong one. Neglectful? Yeah, he's not looking at Simba at all. Corrupt? He's got this very smug look on his face that I do not trust. He is wearing black though, so Craig nailed the color. Craig, for this one, I'm giving you an 8 out of 10. Mufasa as a bad guy is something I never wanted to see, and now I can't unsee it. Okay, let's add Mufasa to the poster now. The third character is Nala. Honestly, one of the most underrated characters in the whole Lion King.
Simba, if you don't do something soon, everyone will starve.
She literally goes and finds Simba and drags him back to his responsibilities. We love a girl who gets things done. Craig, what are Nala's 3 main attributes and key color? According to Craig, her first main attribute is that she's confident. Her second attribute is determined. Her third is compassionate. And the color she's seen in most is beige. Okay, Craig, what's the opposite of confident, determined, and compassionate? And the color beige. Craig says the opposite of confident is insecure. The opposite of determined is aimless. And the opposite of compassionate is selfish. And the opposite of beige is dark purple. Craig, can you turn Nala into her opposite using her 3 main attributes and her key color? Oh wow, so this is Nala if she had no reason to get up in the morning. She looks like she's thinking about a problem but has already decided that she's gonna do nothing to solve it. Opposite Nala has major, I'd love to help but I actually won't energy. Craig, how would this version of Nala affect the storyline of The Lion King? Because Nala is insecure, she would doubt her ability to help the Pride Lands, never taking any leadership roles. Since she's aimless, Nala would never leave Pride Rock to search for Simba, preventing their reunion entirely. With her being selfish, she would only focus on her own survival, leaving Pride Rock without one of its strongest advocates. So, basically the whole movie doesn't happen if Nala is her opposite. Simba just stays in the jungle eating bugs and nobody comes and gets him. Insecure? Yeah, she does not look like she believes in herself at all right now. Aimless? It looks like she's wandering with absolutely no destination in mind. Selfish? I mean, she doesn't look like she's thinking about anyone but herself right now. She is wearing dark purple though, which is a very dramatic color choice. I like it. Craig, for this one, I'm giving you a 7 out of 10. She looks accurate, but I feel like the selfish vibe could be more obvious. She looks more sad than selfish to me. Let's add Nala to the poster. The fourth character is Pumbaa, my guy. The real heart of this movie, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
So we're giving him?
Of course. Who's the brains in this outfit? My point exactly.
Craig, what are Pumbaa's 3 main attributes and key color? According to Craig, his first is kind-hearted, his second is friendly, his third is courageous, and his key color is brown. Okay, Craig, what's the opposite of kind-hearted, friendly, courageous, and the key color brown? Craig says the opposite of kind-hearted is cruel, the opposite of friendly is unfriendly, and the opposite of courageous is timid, and the opposite color of brown is silver. Okay, Craig, let's make the opposite of Pumbaa using his 3 main attributes and key color. Okay, so this is either the scariest or the funniest thing that Craig has ever made, and I honestly cannot decide which is which. Opposite Pumbaa looks like he has been wronged by everyone in the desert, and he is not letting it go. Absolutely furious. And then there's the timid, where he just looks panicked, like he saw something and did not enjoy it. This is a lot. Craig, how would this version of Pumbaa affect the storyline of The Lion King? Since Pumbaa is cruel, he would push Simba away rather than offering love and support. Since he's unfriendly, Timon and Simba would struggle to make the friendship that helps them survive. With him being timid, Pumbaa would run from danger instead of helping defeat Scar's forces in the final battle. So basically, no kind Pumbaa means Simba dies alone in the desert. That's it. That's the whole story. Cruel? He looks genuinely aggressive. I would not approach this warthog. Unfriendly? He would absolutely not say Hakuna Matata. Not today. Timid? Yeah, that one is sending me. He looks like someone just snuck up behind him and he is not okay. He's wearing silver, which is a very bold choice. Craig, for this one, I'm giving you an 8.5 out of 10. Pumbaa as a villain is somehow terrifying and hilarious, and I think that's exactly right. Good job, Craig. Okay, let's add Pumbaa to the poster. He looks like he's coming for someone. Okay, we're getting to the big ones now. Character 5 is Simba, the main character, the one the whole story's about. Our guy.
It's me, Simba.
Craig, what are Simba's 3 main attributes and key color? According to Craig, his first is brave, his second is loyal, his third is responsible, and the color he's most seen in is gold. Okay, Craig, what's the opposite of brave, loyal, responsible, and the key color gold? Craig says the opposite of brave is cowardly, the opposite of loyal is disloyal, and the opposite of responsible is irresponsible, and the opposite of gold is gray. Craig, using these 3 attributes and key color, can you make Simba as his opposite? Okay, oh no. This is not the Simba we know and love. He has this completely defeated, sad, and almost haunted look. Like he's standing on Pride Rock, but absolutely does not want to be there and is already thinking of leaving. The stormy dark sky behind him is doing a lot of emotional lifting, and honestly, I feel it. Craig, how would this version of Simba affect the storyline of The Lion King? Because Simba is cowardly, he would refuse to return to Pride Rock, leaving Scar's rule to continue unchecked. Since he's disloyal, Simba would leave his friends and family whenever things got difficult, leaving the Pride Lands without hope. And with him being irresponsible, he would ignore the suffering of the kingdom, leading to even more chaos and ruin. So basically, opposite Simba is just Scar's dream scenario. He wouldn't challenge anyone, he wouldn't save anyone, he wouldn't go back. He'd probably just stay in the jungle forever eating bugs and not feel bad about it. Cowardly? That panicked Simba is not going anywhere near Pride Rock. Disloyal? The cold standing version of Simba would leave everyone behind. Irresponsible? That smirk says it all. Not my problem, not my kingdom, not today. He's wearing gray, which is the saddest possible color for Simba. And honestly, it fits. Craig, for this one, I'm giving you a 9 out of 10. The main image with the stormy sky especially. It looks like the start to a new, much sadder Lion King story. And honestly, it hits different. All right, let's add Simba to the poster. And the final character? Timon, the tiny meerkat with enormous energy and absolutely no filter whatsoever.
What if he's on our side? You know, having a lion around might not be such a bad idea.
He is one of the funniest Disney characters in the whole universe, and I will die on that hill. Craig, what are Timon's 3 main attributes and key color? According to Craig, his first is funny, his second is optimistic, his third is resourceful, and the color he's most seen in is tan. Okay, Craig, what's the opposite of funny, optimistic, resourceful, and the color tan? Craig says the opposite of funny is serious, the opposite of optimistic is pessimistic, and the opposite of resourceful is helpless, and the opposite of tan is dark blue. Craig, I have one more for you. Can you turn Timon into his opposite using these new attributes and key color? Oh. This is a lot. Dark blue Timon, completely slumped posture, the saddest, droopiest eyes I've ever seen. He looks like he's had the worst day of his life and it's only getting worse. This is the opposite of every single thing Timon has ever stood for. Hakuna Matata is completely dead in this image. Craig, how would this version of Timon affect the storyline of The Lion King? Because Timon is serious, he would constantly remind Simba of his responsibilities instead of helping him relax and get through them. Since he's pessimistic, Timon would expect failure at every turn, discouraging Simba from taking any risks at all. With him being helpless, he would struggle to survive on his own and be completely unable to help Simba during his exile. So opposite Timon would be the single worst possible companion for a traumatized lion cub who just watched his dad die and thinks it's his fault. Like, imagine showing up in the jungle completely broken and this tiny dark blue meerkat comes up to you, shrugs, and says, "Yeah, this is probably gonna go badly." Serious? That dramatic pose says that he takes everything super seriously and is exhausted by all of it. Pessimistic? Those arms and that expression say "I told you so" before anything even happened. Helpless? That full body shrug is one of the most helpless things I've ever seen. Craig absolutely understood the assignment on all 3. He's wearing dark blue, which is genuinely the color of someone who forgot to have fun. Original Timon is warm tan. This version is the color of a Monday morning in November. Craig, for this one, I'm giving you a 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, my favorite one this whole video. Let's put Timon on the poster and let's finish this thing up. Okay guys, there it is. The complete Lion King opposites poster. Look at this. Scar, who just wants to cooperate and be honest. Mufasa making terrible decisions with full confidence. Nala, who couldn't be bothered to save anyone. Pumbaa, who looks like he has personal beef with the entire savannah. Simba would absolutely not be going back to Pride Rock. And Timon, who's gonna remind you about absolutely everything that's wrong in your life. Honestly, this is a completely different movie. And a much sadder one. See you next time!